All right, Joe on the radio. Hans von Spakovsky is a senior legal fellow in the new Edwin Misa III Institute for the Rule of Law at Advancing American Freedom. Hans, welcome back to the show. Thanks for taking the time, my friend.
I'm always happy to talk to you, Joe.
Well, we turn to you to get into the weeds a little bit on the Supreme Court decisions. Clarence Thomas just ripped it up. I mean, he was just brilliant. Sam Alito. How fortunate are we to have Justice Alito and Justice Thomas on the Supreme Court? What's happening with some that, in regards to this birthright citizenship? I mean, we lost some conservatives on the court in that regard, Hans, huh?
Yeah, the decision was written by Chief Justice Roberts, and Thomas and Alito just eviscerate him in their dissents. And in fact, both of them point out that his recitation of history, Roberts, supposedly of the 14th Amendment and our history of what we consider citizenship to be, is totally wrong. It's totally wrong. And after reading this, Joe, my only conclusion is that Roberts is so wrong that he either intentionally and deliberately misstated history so he could get to the political result he wanted, or his law clerks are so incompetent that he should fire them. I mean, it's one or the other. The Roberts' opinion isn't really even worth reading because it's so wrong. Thomas and Alito really lay out the history of this, and it's very clear that Roberts got it wrong. If you are born in this country and your parents are here temporarily, if they're tourists, if they're here illegally, you are not a citizen. But unfortunately, this majority opinion says you are, and Alito says this may be one of the worst mistakes made in the entire history of the Supreme Court, and he's right.
Yeah, Alito said that, right? It was Sam Alito. Yeah. God bless him. And I don't know the decisions that who voted where, but there's Amy Coney Barrett is just gone, and then somebody said she's afraid of Justice Roberts. I mean, this is Donald Trump appointed, and then they said, well, she possibly worked with George W. Bush, and they're looking back. Was it Mitch McConnell that really kind of supported Barrett, and then Donald Trump went along with it just to do the right thing, because she just seems like a Sotomayor, this Barrett gal. What are we missing here, and why? Well,
I think she unfortunately is going the wrong way on too many cases. And remember, the birthright citizenship case was released on Tuesday, but on Monday, she wrote another bad opinion, the one in which, again, Thomas Alito, other justices dissented. Yeah. She wrote an opinion joined again by Roberts and the three liberals saying, oh, no, it's okay for absentee or mail-in ballots to come in after Election Day and be counted in federal elections.
Right, and then the caveat was they're handing it off to the states, and they're trying to make some kind of excuses. But you're absolutely right. That never should have been the case. The way she decided that, and also walk me through this, Hans, if I may, because you know this and we don't, because that's why we appreciate your expertise. So there's Judge Roberts, put in play by George W. Bush. Who is this guy? And with that smile, do you trust him for a second? I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be disrespectful. The Chief Justice. But this guy, I mean, what was George W. Bush and his people thinking putting this guy as Chief Justice? He's like to me, a way whacked out left liberal.
Well, look, I will tell you, there are a lot of times where he does vote the right way. And remember, he did write the opinion that got rid of, finally, in the Students for Fair Admissions versus Harvard case, in which he finally said you cannot discriminate on the basis of race in college admissions. But every now and then, it's like he's driven by fear of politics. He's afraid that a decision by the court is somehow going to make them look bad. And so he goes the wrong way. And remember, that's what he did in the Obamacare decision. He joined the liberals to say Obamacare was constitutional. Congress had the power to do it, when obviously they didn't. And I got to tell you, the two worst decisions of his entire career on the court are the birthright citizenship case and the Obamacare case. And I got to tell you, I think they will forever poison his legacy on the court.
Yeah, look at that. And before we let you go, Hans, just so folks know listening, that if the midterms change, if these very, very left communist people, these young people that are winning these races, they get in, they're blowing out the court. They're expanding the Supreme Court. And then there's virtually no hope, because they can virtually do that if they get in power, correct?
That is right. And then what they'll do is reverse some of the good decisions that we had, like, remember, yesterday, the court did come out and say it's okay for states to ban biological men and women's sports. That's
right. And that'll all change. Hans, a great chat as always. Thank you so much. Have a great 4th of July, my friend.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks, Hans von Spakovsky, right there from the Edward Meese III Institute for the Rule of Law at Advancing American Freedom. Joe